What's up, gamers, gamies, and gameheads? My name is John, and welcome back to Memento of Spring. Last time, basically, we're trying to get the little living situation. Like, Juliane has met her new researching teacher that's going to teach her some more magic, maybe, if Juliane can cooperate. And we're going to leave it off, and we're going to come back to where Amelie is saying, oh yeah, not to forget to mention, this game will be released tomorrow, January 9th, all available on Steam, and links will in the description will be down below. Guys, you should really check this out, man. It's freaking actually pretty funny. It's actually been really funny, especially. Oh my god, so let's continue. I knocked on the door. Juliane, are you in there? It was a mute question, but Juliane always seems to, wait, what? Appreciate politeness. Excuse me. For some reason, she took it poorly whenever I assumed she was always inside her room. Which was all the time. I'm coming in, Juliane. Excuse me. Transition, segue, dots. Well, at least she had a reason for ignoring me this time. She was playing with the great big mirror again. Mirror on the wall. Alright. She'd been fixated on it for days now. It wasn't there last week since she gave her appearance about her as much regard as her education. I hadn't had a clue to why, how, or where she found it. For the exact reasons I chose not to ask. And thus, I found the first missing belonging. Juliane? First, though, I had to deal with the problem number one. I saw you scarfed off another tutor again. What? I didn't scare her off. She voluntarily left on her own regard. She wasn't even bothering to look at me at the mirror. The kind of impoliteness took extra effort, a true master. So, you scared her off? Really? Now, are you trying to cycle through the entire academy faculty? Because by the looks of it, the teaching department has already surrendered, and now they're sending researchers instead? Which was the reason I gave her a chance. I was sitting here ready for her to dazzle me with her intellect knowledge for about a crane, but she instead goes into the list of exercises I have to do instead. Exercises. Not the big stuff either, but things like being able to wave my hands without making everything implode. What's the point? The point is that she's your new tutor, and one of the first things you need to do is accept that not everybody knows everything about you. Autumn already had a hard enough time just to get in here. Is it that troublesome to just let her know where you are at in the curriculum? I don't like tests. Yes, you don't like tests, but that's hardly the point. She's your tutor. Ignoring how you treated all the past ones, why don't you try doing as this one says for once? I really don't like tests. Why do I feel like you're being difficult just for the sake of being difficult? Listen, you've scared her off for now, but she'll probably be back soon-ish. Soonish? If you're lucky. She's gone to find her room. Gone to find her room? That's certainly a new way of saying they're running away. Does this mean that she's gone to find her room in another city? At least give her a chance before you dismiss her like that. I know you love putting your tutors through a trial by irritation, but wouldn't it hurt you to put your general contempt towards other people's goodwill to the side for a change? Besides, as much as you can hope she's gone, I think this one will come back. You do? She doesn't look like a haggle as the others after their first meeting with you. Does this mean I should try harder? It means you found someone with a modicum of patience. Oh wait, I say this every time, but so long as you keep chasing off your tutors, the academy will never let you back inside. Aren't you concerned what will happen if you keep this up? You might love playing the rebellious child, but sooner or later, everyone else will stop playing this game before you do. Doesn't that mean I've won? Juliane. She always seemed looked on the bright side of torturing others. Please don't make me have to write another apology letter. Every time I let the Academy know that you've terrified another tutor away, they seem to misplace another month's allowance for us. The Academy barely sends enough money just to cover the costs of using this chapel. Do you know how much we're being charged to stay here? Enough for you to endlessly complain, but not enough for us to leave, so probably just about right. That's, Oh, clouds. With my lecture to Juliane failing spectacularly, yet again, I decided to spend the remainder of the afternoon in the company of silence. I went about an odious process of searching every nook and cranny of the chapel for a stash of misappropriate goods, including a ship's wheel. It wasn't productive. I was still unfamiliar with everything this building had to offer, yet even in the face of failure, I carried on searching. In fact, I was strangely energetic. Aside from wishing to lose any stolen goods in the residence I was staying in, I was also allowing myself to grasp onto the hope that this one time of all times, the things will be a little different for the eternal delinquent under my care. It was a rare assurance. My bad. It was a rare assurance from the missing optimist in me. A groundless feeling that tonight I would have one less letter to write. Ooh, the afternoon. Okay. Transition. I like the lighting on that in the color. Hello? Is anyone there? Autumn, is that you? Ah, thank goodness you're still here. You know, I just realized this. Like, when I looked at a Cloud novel like a long time ago, I was wondering why this looked familiar. This sprite looks familiar. And Juliane as well too, actually. She and Juliane are from Cloud novel, if I haven't known any better. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comments below. Or Bright Onion Studios can confirm this to me. I don't know. If this was like in like Cloud novel. I don't know. That's just me saying. Ah, thank goodness you're still here. She didn't even need to sound so relieved. This chapel was my prison. I'm sorry for letting myself in. I tried knocking, but nobody answered. Oh, that's my fault. Nobody ever knocked around here, so I thought Juliane was trying to destroy the windows in the bedroom again. A gun? Why would she do that? Well, it's not on purpose, for whatever it's worth. When she can't be bothered to walk upstairs to bug me to buy her food, she uses magic to pilify it from random houses all across the town. It's quite remarkable she can make every apple strudel within half a mile shoot through the nearest chimney and straight towards her. That's... I'm not even sure if I ever heard that spell before. It's very impressive, except that Juliane often forgets to open her window first, so that just the results in me needing to clean away the destruction. It's not really something I'm ever in a rush to do. I see. I suppose that it finds her so morbidly hungry. A lack of refinement can be excused. If that's true, I wonder why her table manners only gotten progressively worse the more she ate. Is there something wrong? Did you leave something here? You're not here to say goodbye, are you? Oh no, I'm not here for that. Well, not yet, at any rate. If that was a joke, I didn't see the funny side. I hear that practical in conversation too many times already. This is rather embarrassing. But I simply haven't been able to determine which inn, if any, I've contracted to stay in. I visit very prominent establishments to inquire about their reservations from the academy, without success. And I'd rather not visit less re-owned ones. That's probably a good idea. In any case, I went to asking about for a private room, but I was told that I have too much luggage. Apparently, there's no room large enough to accommodate my belongings, no matter how much I insist. Professor Hazelton can foot the bill. I snuck a glance behind her. Unless my eyes were deceiving me, that there was a bookshelf just sticking out of the amongst of the suitcases. If you're feeling lost, would you like to stay in the chapel? It's only me and Juliane living in here. There's more than enough room. Really? Oh, I like that face. That's pretty cool. Autumn, wait. Autumn looked like all the weight of the world has been lifted from her shoulders. Perhaps that there was the case in considering that all the dump that she has dumped behind her. Ahem, thank you. That will be greatly appreciated. So, you recited the chapel with her. I thought you might have your own separate accommodation nearby. I probably would do if I didn't have to spend enough money on food for a very large family. Dots. I see. I'm sorry, Amelie. You must have a difficult time. Thank you? But I'm not sure if I should be receiving any sympathy when I see all those suitcases behind you. Did you carry all that? I did. Would it be okay if I request your assistance? I apologize, this will likely take up a lot of room. Oh, of course, and that's fine. We have plenty of room. She shot an accusing look at her belongings. I wasn't sure how much to pack, so almost all my books and apertures are gathered here. It was difficult to ferry them across the town. I can imagine. Isn't there a spell moving for luggage? Ah, yes, I suppose there is. It would be relatively simple to act a propel levitation. You didn't use it? No. I could, but for the sake of staving off laziness, I thought better of it. More besides, it'd be rather showy offy. So considerate sorceress did exist. What a relief. Up until now, all I've seen from the Academy's pariers of magic was an inability to hog every barrel of liquor in a town. Anyway, where should I take my luggage? Which room? Dots. Well, I could at least answer this one with confidence. The biggest one. Welcome to the 3rd floor, otherwise known as the attic. Oh my. Welcome to the attic. Isn't this where the sister sleeps? What a surprise. Yes, it's roomier than what you expected, isn't it? Huh? Oh, right, suppose. Did you mean? Dots? No, how do I say this? It's, a bit shameless, but the dormitories at the academy are a bit more spacious. So, when you said you were surprised... Dots. I'm sorry, I've just made a terrible impression of myself, haven't I? No, not at all. In fact, I probably only think it's roomy because all the inns I've stayed in. I see. You've well-traveled. I wouldn't know about these things. I never stayed in an inn before. Never? Never. To be honest, I was very confused when I was told my luggage wouldn't fit in a room for one person. It had no trouble finding the room on carriage. Well, I've seen the carriages the Academy uses. I don't think you should use them as a standard for anything normal. True. How embarrassing. Juliane isn't in the wrong about this. Some of us really do lack of common sense, myself included. She had my sympathy, not least because a year ago I was more than or less in the same position as her. Or worse, no, much, much worse. Sticks up for brains as far as the common sense was concerned, and yet now I had suspicions of being shut in too far into the realm of the world of Uri. The company I keep, well, feel free to amend anything to your liking. Nothing about this normal is in the first place, so cheating wherever you can find is fine. Wherever you can find is fine. That includes magic. Please go ahead and use any forbidden ritual you know. The sisters won't mind if you conjure up extra space. Providing it doesn't stick out too much. I'm sorry to say this type of spell does not exist, although not for a lack of trying. May I put my belongings down here? Yes, anywhere is fine. My bed is in the corner. Please feel free to choose any for yourself. I'll prepare new sheets. You're really a caretaker, I see. It's my primary duty. A retainer. Right. Isn't protecting her your primary duty? I heard that only trained knights are assigned to guard sorceresses, but you don't strike me as particularly materially inclined. Oh, not that I'm criticizing you, I merely babbled. The knights at the academy have considerably more gleaming quality to their appearances. Amelie, are you okay? Yes, thank you. Just feel a bit queasy in my stomach. I see. Do you require something for that? I have medicine in my belongings. No, it's fine, thank you. I have a magical handkerchief. A what? Oh, nothing. Just something a complete stranger gave me. Dots. Actually, let me get your things arranged, shall we? Dots. Yes, let's. But if it's possible, I certainly like to take a look at any magic handkerchiefs you possess at any later time. Transition. Whoop. Physical explorations really doesn't suit me. We don't particularly do a lot of heavy lifting in the academy, not unless hauling away the debris from the odd failed experiment counts. So it wasn't just Juliane. There was a slapdash with her debris conjuring powers. I think since I arrived here, my arms have already become slightly thicker. Ah, wait, Amelie, that box. I believe you should let it down. Gently, that is. Very gently, as if you were cradling a baby. A baby, what the fuck? Oh, sorry, what's inside of it? This and that. This and that would be a magician's speech for a deadly reptile pet? Oh, how did you know? Wait, really? No, of course not. We do not allow pets on the academy grounds, nor do we frequently employ reptiles in our studies. Depending on our species, reptiles can be remarkably resistant to effects of modern spellcraft. There are far better test subjects out there that are praising magic techniques, such as new apprentices. Sorry, but I can't tell if you're being serious. These boxes should be marked. What an oversight. And I spent so long packing it too. For the first time, I had been inkling of understanding as why Juliane never has been good words to say about the school of hers. Thank you, Amelie. You've already helped me move the bulk of my things. The rest are quite light and delicate, very vials and some netbooks, prone to my spontaneous immolation. I should handle them myself. I was happy to oblige her. Even earlier, had I known her personal effects suffered from paranoia. Excuse me. By the way, is there a writing desk I happen to miss? A writing desk? No, not in the dormitory. I think the sisters only use this area for sleeping. There are desks downstairs in the one halls. I could try pulling up one up, but I'm not sure if it's supposed to be moving the furniture around. If I'm supposed to be moving the furniture around. No, that's fine. Please don't mind me. I'll sit on the floor and use the bed as a surface. I have a feeling that both my lesson plans and reports will be brief anyway. Oh, you've been writing regular reports too? No, this is something I've chose to undertake. Proper documentation is important, especially so with Juliane, since all records of her seems to be either non-existent or inaccessible, as such as I have to make my own. The only information I have on her for the second-hand rumors, of which there are plenty. Perhaps the reason nobody writes any reports is that because her tutors regularly attempt to drink the day's memories away. To begin with, what can you tell me about Juliane's schedule? She doesn't have one. She mostly sleeps and eats. Sometimes she yells at the children. I see, she's very consistent in her lack of discipline, both in and out of the academy. Well, I'll do my best to create a semblance of order before Professor Hazelden arrives. You might have helped me implement it, though, as her caretaker, Juliane must have some measures of trust in you. Only to an extent that trust means not to poison her food. She sounds more enduring by the moment. I suppose I should pay Juliane another visit soon. Thank you thanks to you, we're almost done. Once everything is in the spot I can reach, I'll give her a bad news regarding my stay. In fact, I'm waiting to inform her every time I hold something upstairs, but she never came out to inquire. She probably taken her afternoon nap. Her afternoon nap. It's evening. It's called her afternoon nap because that's when she begins it. When does it end? When she calls out for me to bring her dinner. Afterward, she'll go back to sleep depending on whether or not when she's asked for dessert too. I see. She must work hard behind the scenes to require so much sleeping and pampering. Yes, let's just go with that. In any event, I don't believe you'll be seeing her until tomorrow. I suggest you take the time to get used to the rough furniture around here. I realize that the academy has spoiled me, but I am not that hopeless, I hope. Or are beds really that uncomfortable? Well, it's not that they're very uncomfortable. What? It's more that lounging in the chapel can be quite the surreal experience. You might discover that the nights can feel quite heavy. Sleeplessness is a frequent guest here, even without Juliane's help. I can certainly imagine that staying in a chapel I can bring out the squeamishness in you. Sleeping in the place that's all by definition holy ground, honestly, it should be used to be more important things than sheltering one perpetually and dissatisfied girl. Well, at least the combination fees we're paying is going to good cause, I think. I hope the sisters are enjoying themselves at the capital and will do so all the way until our shrinking money pot finally runs dry. I'm actually starting to think the sooner the better. It might be less trouble for me if we were found a tree camp under. Oh god. I won't have to apologize to the residents anymore. Would Juliane accept camping under a tree? No, I think she'll end up squatting in somebody's house if she was forced to live in a tent. Then rejoice your performance in a public service by acquiring this chapel. You're quite free to try taking that line the next time somebody knocks on the door looking for a sermon. I think I'll let you handle that. Since there's no mobs outside the door demanding that you vacate, it seems that you're doing an excellent job already. That's only because the residents haven't released Juliane, the reason that all their put-ins consistently get kidnapped. All the more reason you should be proud of your accomplishments. To me, it's a wonder how you kept this for so long. It's not that hard. I'm not a tutor. All I need to do is to stop her from nibbling on the upholstery. Oh my god, I can't do the voice. Upholstery. It's going to be more difficult for you. In that case, I'll begin with drawing up some lesson plans for tomorrow. A greatly revised lesson plan, that is. I'm not sure that it'll look like this. Since I was hoping at least to have some idea where she's at in the syllabus. All I know is that she's capable of creating magic in a temperamental as her ego. That she tells me a little bit, and yet not a lot. You've helped a lot. You helped though. If she can amplify put-ins without directed eye contact, then this is the least suggestion to intermediate level of spell mastery, several grades beyond hers. Now, if only there was a way to make that skill into public service. The day kitchens are unindicated by the sudden pandemic of sweets and desserts. Nobody else could be relied upon more. By the way, I can't help but notice something rather glaring and bizarre about Juliane. Please be more specific. Well, it's the state of her ears. Nobody told me about them. Nobody. I'm sorry, there's no other way around this. They're fluffy, like cat ears. Frankly, I really want to know about them. Has she been possessed by a very disgruntled feline spirit? If there was a reason for her grumpiness, I would have cured her with a day trip to the fish market months ago. I can't help you though. I have no idea how that came about. So, she was like this when you first introduced her to her? Yes. I was surprised at first too, but I've gotten used to them that I don't really see them anymore. How strange. Then she must have had them for a while now. I think so. Have you asked about them? Of course. What did she say? Nothing. She really doesn't want to talk about them at all. At all? Well, today, Juliane has refused to acknowledge the appearance of her ears. If pressed, she'll deny anything is amiss, and continue attempts only ever cause her to set nearby furnitures on fire. So I stop asking her. Do you have any theories? This isn't a field I know much about. Oh wait, that's her. Oh. By fields, you're referring chain-based spellcraft? Is that it? In that case, that's what I'm referring to. I know many sorcerers who make it their life goal to research all the manners of way to improve their appearance, even through expenses so far more worthy research. But I never know anyone to charm their own ears specifically into a shape of a cat's. I don't think the Academy has spawned a sorceress eccentric or bored enough to do that themselves. I wonder if it's a curse. To alter the appearance of ears of such as an extended period, God of times, would it require enough skills to do much worse. Oh, my voice is killing me a little bit, I'm sorry. If she's unable to reverse the spell, it's possible that some grumpy professor had to set highly adolescent and undocumented curse on her as a parting gift. These generally required more than elementary incarnations to remove. A curse. Everything's clear now. Well, truthfully, I have no idea. Given time and her willingness, it's certainly something I'd like to research. It's rare for both charms and curses to persist for great lengths of time without continued reapplication. Do you think that she'll be open to the idea of letting me study her ears? Oh no. I can't say for certain, but I think not. I'll have to see if I can somehow bargain for her compliments as my research later. If she'll get something out of it, you might have a chance. I'll see. This is quite unexpected. I didn't know I wouldn't get a chance to commit my very first student as a research material too. Hearing the ting of expectation in Autumn's voice, I started to wonder if the Academy had inevitably sent much more imposing challenger than Professor Hazelden would ever have been. Yes, maybe she really would survive the night. Transition. With Autumn's excessive amount of luggage retrieved of the alphabetized, I decided to take upon myself to warn Juliane about Autumn's stay. Oh goodness, I think I'm gonna leave it for right now. I think this was a long enough episode. So without further ado, we're gonna see what's gonna happen next time. So we're gonna see what happens next. So I hope you guys have a good night, good evening, and good morning from where from. So peace out and sign out. By the way, this game will be released tomorrow, January 9th. So if you guys are interested in the game, feel free, man. Give a like to freaking Bright Onion Studio. Check out their channel as well too. Woo! All right, peace out, guys. Without further ado, I hope you guys have a good night, good evening, good morning from wherever from. So peace out and sign out, guys. Bye bye.